Hi, it's Dorothy Guining with Scrapbooking Quebec. Today I'm going to share with you my Scrappy kit and plans for March 2022. This month I am going to change things up a bit. I'm still going to have a big kit. It's going to have tons of variety and I have no chance of killing it off. My plan is also to limit my choices to help me save time, have fun, of course, and most of all, use up tons of material. However, this kit is going to be a bit smaller than it has been over the past few months, and my plan is to follow a recipe to create this kit. So I'm going to use two new collections, two old ones, two page kits that I create from my stash, and my Scrapbook and Cards Today sampler monthly subscription. At the end of this video, there will be still shots for each one of these collections within this big kit. And if I like this recipe method, I may continue, and I'll let you know that at the end of the month during my layout share. So the first two collections I'm going to show you are going to be the new ones. And this first one here is Vicki Boutin's Fernwood collection. Actually, what I'm showing you is half of the papers that I have for this collection. What I did was I divided it into two. So half of the papers, the ones I'm showing you, I'll be playing with these in March, and I reserved the other half for a future month. I have done this in the past with really big collections, and I liked it because for a following month, I felt like I had a new collection to work with. The fact that I hadn't played with the material or ruffled through it made it feel fresh and new. So that's what I'm doing with this Fernwood collection. For most of the papers I showed you, I have two of each except these cut apart sheets. For these, I often use them as embellishing, so I got one of each of those. For each one of the collections I'm going to show you, I will select my color of cardstock. And for this one, it's white and black. I will need more, but at least the selection is made. And now I'm showing you the embellishments I have for this Fernwood collection. So I have the alphas along with chipboard stickers. That's an ephemera pack with journaling bits. And this is a little sticker book with 8 sheets in it. And I really like these Vicki Boutin sticker books. They're actually pretty good for a sticker book. And I like the small size. I find them very usable. I tend to get a lot of use out of them. Also, a lot of times Vicki Boutin, especially the ephemera packs, the pieces are very big. So those small stickers are a nice contrast. I threw in some enamel dots from my stash. Those ones are from Pink Fresh Studio. They are like a metallic brush dot. I absolutely love them. So I packed the alphas away in my embellishment tray along with the enamel dots. For the papers and all of the flat embellishments, what I'm going to do is put them in a clear plastic envelope, and that plastic envelope will be stored in an iris container for the month. Now, I've done this for the past few months where I've kept the embellishments with the papers in those clear plastic envelopes, and I love the method because it makes cleanup at the end of the month very, very quick. I love it. But the alphas as well as the enamel dots, I do keep them in the embellishment tray just because I find alphas, you can often use them with different collections. The same thing for the enamel dots. So I don't want them hidden within one particular collection. Now I'm moving on to the second new collection, and this is the Simple Stories Hearth and Home collection. Actually, this was in my kit in February, but about mid-month I removed it. By mid-month I hadn't even looked at it, and I was still having a lot of fun with all of the other collections in February's huge kit. So I decided to remove this one and reserve it for March. So now I have a new collection to work with this month. What I'm showing you is the collection pack. So this one comes with 12 different sheets of paper along with a 12 by 12 sticker sheet. I love the colors in this collection. But for some of these papers, I did buy additional papers. I just showed you that a moment ago, the green one there, and for some of the other ones. Basically, my favorite prints or the very usable prints, I did buy extras. This one has some really fun cut-apart sheets, those recipe cards there, along with a tag cut-apart sheet. And Simple Stories always has tag cut-apart sheets, and I tend to get a lot of mileage out of them. I really do like them. There's a 12 by 12 sticker sheet that comes with this collection. Once again, I selected my cardstock colors, and once again, white and black, and I will need more of them, of course. Here are the embellishments I have for this collection. I have foam titles, self-adhesive brads, and that collection comes with some small chipboard pieces. That's a small ephemera pack with some journaling bits and pieces, and that is a Simple Stories sticker book. I think there are 12 sheets in there. The Simple Stories sticker books happen to be quite fragile. Nevertheless, for some reason, I get lots of use out of them. I guess I'm used to using them now. You just have to be very careful when lifting them out of the book. I am throwing in some black alphas from my stash. The big ones are from Simple Stories. The smaller one, a collection called Twilight. And the small ones on top, I think, are from Heidi Swap. I can't say for sure, but basically I was looking for some basic black alphas for this collection. I showed you some enamel dots, once again from the Hearth and Home collection. So I did put the alphas in that embellishment tray along with the enamel dots. And now what I'm doing is packing up all of the paper along with the stickers and the embellishments, putting them in this clear plastic envelope and in that iris container. I'm not going to make you watch that part of the process for each one of the collections, but I do like to show the first few just to give you an idea how I store my collections for the month. Now the next two collections are older collections, and this first one here is the Paige Evans Bungalow Lane collection. I don't want to talk a whole lot about how I put this particular collection together because I did an entire video on it that was posted last week, and I will link that up below. There was a lot of thought process that went into this particular collection. Basically, I took the Paige Evans Bungalow Lane collection, which was full of wild, beautiful prints, but I found it unusable, and I toned it down by adding paper from my stash. Basically by adding solids as well as texture prints like wood grains. So you see how I'm presenting the paper here. I'm basically showing you a few prints, then some solids, then a texture print like a wood grain. Basically that's how I built the kit in that video. And again, if you get overwhelmed sometime with printed pattern papers, maybe that video would be of interest to you because I speak a lot about that in the video. I'm showing you the embellishments. Most of them do come from this Bungalow Lane collection, except those blue alphas. They are from Pink Fresh Studio. That metallic paper is from Stampin' Up, and there's some wood grain, or I should say wood veneer, that is from the Hip Kit Club. And of course, I threw in some enamel dots, once again from Pink Fresh Studio. This is the second older collection in my kit this month. This one was in my collection or in my kit last month. It is the Hip Kit Club's Big Chill collection from December 2021. I used some of it last month, but I still have a lot of it left. So I'm showing you what I have left. And at the very end, I do come in and add a bit more material for this. Basically, I do that for two reasons. Number one, to change things up a bit because I've already played with this collection for a month. And number two, I find this collection super beautiful, but it's very pastel. So the papers that I add to it, in addition to the cardstock selection, just add a little bit more color to the collection. And you'll see that in a moment. So the cardstock selection here is white cardstock as well as charcoal. I bring in this kind of peachy pink paper, and that is an old one from Pink Fresh Studio. I thought it brought out some of the peaches and pinks in the printed papers. I'm bringing in that wood grain there. That's from Simple Stories. That one doesn't stay. I find it a little bit too warm, but I do find some other wood grains. The one I'm tucking in right now is from Studio Light, and it's like this pale gray, and it really does coordinate nicely with some of these papers. And you're going to see I actually bring in another one as well. This one here, I actually have two of them. One side is quite a pale wood grain, the flip side a little bit darker, and I think those two are from Close to My Heart. So I'm bringing that in as well. So it just adds a little bit more richness to this collection, which is really quite pale. Now I'm showing you the embellishments I have, and all of these are from the Big Chill collection. So I have the alphas, I have chipboard frames, and puffy stickers that I haven't touched yet, and those are the ephemera pieces. I did use those, but I still have a lot of them left. Now I'm moving on to the Stash Paige kits. This one here is from the Reminisce Winterscape collection. I worked with it last month. This is all I have left from the collection, what's left of the stickers and two papers there. So I'm going to build on this so I can finish off this collection and create maybe a double page spread. So I slipped in some wood grain paper from Simple Stories. I have white and gray cardstock, and you're going to see in a moment I do slip in a few bits and pieces of specialty paper. That metallic paper is like a pewter paper, and this one here is a vellum with a text print on it. So I thought I could make some embellishments with that. Also, I'm throwing in some silver alphas. Those are from the Hip Kit Club, and those are laser cut snowflakes from Stampin' Up. So I thought that made kind of a fun little page kit and a great way to use up what's left over from that Reminisce Winterscape collection. Now I'm going to show you the next stash page kit, and this one is from Cocoa Vanilla Studios Legendary Collection. The reason why I'm digging into this is a collection that's been collecting dust in my stash, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to build myself a little page kit from it, and at least I'll be picking away at that collection. It's just a way of getting myself to use up some of my stash. So you can see there that wood grain paper, the flip side of it is like a map print, that orange paper and the diagonal print, all from Cocoa Vanilla Studio. I added that white cardstock. I have two sets of alphas there, both from Simple Stories. The stickers that I'm showing you now are from the Cocoa Vanilla Studio Legendary Collection, and I have a handful of ephemera pieces and cut apart sheets, again, from the Legendary Collection. And I'm really glad I did this because I'm actually quite excited about using it. And this is a collection that I just kind of glaze over and don't even think about using for some strange reason. I'm throwing in some enamel dots. I think those are from the Hearth and Home collection, but the colors work really well. Now I'm going to show you the Scrapbook and Cards to Date sampler subscription. This is actually from February, but I get it quite late in the month. So I've decided I'm just going to use it the following month for each one of my collections that I present to you. So these kits basically come with material, a sampling of material from two different collections. And the February featured products are the Simple Stories Happy Hearts collection and Doodlebug Designs Lots of Love collection. So basically for each one of those collections, you get 6 6x6 papers, as well as some cut apart sheets and a sampling of embellishments, basically a handful of ephemera pieces. I got some enamel hearts, I think, and I also got some foam titles. Basically, they take a collection, cut it up, separate it, and send it to people. And what I like about these collections is, the reason why I do it is because they have a Facebook group, and a couple times a month they have like a class where they show what to do with these products, and I kind of do it almost like a little present to myself. What's really fun about these kits is each one comes with a tool, and this month it's a little die. It cuts out that word happy there and has a little shadow. Now, I did throw in some new tools in my kit this month, and I'm showing you I have alpha dies, uppercase and lowercase, along with some numbers. Also, I have two die sets with tabs. They are the same shapes, but some are bigger and some are smaller. And I also have a die set I'll show you in a minute that has 4 pockets. These all come from the scrapbook.com. It's their house brand. I've never used their dies. They are reasonably priced. So I bought these and I thought I would give it a go this month and let you know how they work essentially. I am going to throw a few other things in my embellishment tray. That's an alpha book from the scrapbook.com, super usable colors. Those are small little letters from the Fantastico Obed Marshall collection. I forgot to show you this earlier. It's a little box with all of the floral ephemera pieces for the Paige Evans Bungalow Lane collection. And what's in those craft and black envelopes are die cuts that Ronnie Sue Scrapper sent me as a Christmas gift. She's also on YouTube. Anyway, that is what I'm going to be playing with in March 2022. I'm actually very excited about it. I should be doing a few process videos this month along with a layout share at the end of the month. So there you have it. I'm showing you still shots of all of the collections that are in this big kit. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I'd greatly appreciate a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would be absolutely thrilled if you did. And if you are a subscriber, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you soon on YouTube. Bye-bye.